Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the DubCast podcast. This week we are welcoming on AlmightyProps. You can find him on Twitter at AlmightyProps. He is the owner of the Cash Counter Discord. Almighty, what's going on, my friend? How you doing?
Doing good. Excited, man, excited.
We are fired up to have you on today. Thank you for taking the time, brother. Tell me a little about where are you right now? I didn't realize you were a Florida fan.
Yeah. I'm in Pensacola, Florida. Yeah, born and raised, Pensacola, Florida.
Beautiful. Yeah, I didn't realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah, go Gators. Go Gators.
Go Gators. How are they doing this year on the hardwood?
Not too good, but, I'm ready for football. I'm more of a football guy. Baseball.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Almighty, I know our listeners are fired up for this episode. They've been asking to get you on. They want to hear your background. They want to hear your story. More than anything, they want to hear how you got your start. Your Discord server has over 5,000 members. Your DubClub has high triple digits. You are helping people make money on a daily basis. How have you built this monster, and how did you find the wacky world of sports betting?
So I actually started off on DraftKings. I didn't even know you can bet on sports until I started doing contests on there. My boss showed me different apps, and then I found Prize Picks and started doing a few plays on there without posting them. And I always had a Twitter, so I started following guys on there, and just fell in love with the community and decided I can really do it too. I'm cashing by myself, so just fell in love with it.
That's what's always impressed me about you is you mentioned falling in love with the community. Every time that we've spoken, you've been incredibly cordial, incredibly respectful, and it's literally seems like your main goal is to help other people make money. That seems to be a big part of your mission. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Because without the community, we're not anything. And I've been in a position where I only got $10 on my account. And I know there's people depending on other cappers because they can't do the research and stuff like that. So without the community, I feel like we're nothing. So cause I get a lot of support, a lot of people from people I don't know. So that's big to me, big, really big.
Yeah, another thing you mentioned in there was people who can't do the research. Let's talk about how you do your research. What does a day in the life look like of Almighty? How do you build your slates? What tools do you use? I know there are a lot of people, listening that are interested in doing something similar to what you're doing.
So the main thing is being early. You got to catch the board as soon as it drops. That's when you get the pre-bump lines and stuff like that. As far as my pairings and stuff, a lot goes into props.cast. I use them a lot. Outlier, number fire. And it's all about pairing. If you're not pairing them correctly, no matter how many winning plays you got, if it's not paired correctly, it's gonna be chalk. So it's all about pairing too. So I always try to do a good power two, switch it up.
Yeah, Almighty. So for people who aren't as familiar with daily fantasy sports and apps like Prize Picks, when you say pairing and the importance of finding good pairings, what do you mean by that?
Props with good odds that are likely to push or even go over. If I got an odd that's negative 190, negative 140 and up, I like to take that. That's really good value. It's about finding good values and pairing them together. That's the main thing.
Absolutely. It's essentially just like a kind of a two-leg parlay that you would play at a normal sports book, but it's accessible to everybody on an app like Prize Picks, kind of no matter where you're at.
Yeah, and matchups are big too. A lot of people just fall in love with the last five. You got to look at the matchups, little stuff like that.
Yeah, that's one thing that, as you mentioned, it's super important. Looking at external factors when it comes to a game. Is it a rivalry game? Or is a team, coming off a back-to-back? Is that something that, those kind of deeper details, is that something that you look into when crafting your slates as well?
Oh, for sure, yeah. A lot goes into even Mondays. Nobody wants to work on a Monday, so I tend to fade on Mondays or play a little bit lighter on Mondays, little stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, I never thought about that. That is true, but you're right. Everybody hates Mondays.
Yeah.
Let's narrow in on sports that you specialize in. I know NBA is massive for you. You've been getting into NHL a little bit more and more recently. Talk through where you find the most value across all the different sport types.
Personally, my favorite to bet on is MLB, and I'm really excited for March 30th. That's when we get back into that. So MLB is probably my number one because it's more consistent. NBA's it's been up and down this year, but definitely a lot of value there. But NHL is definitely probably my number two. Just because the lines on it is juice, you get 1.5, a lot of push value there. So I'd say MLB and NHL are probably my top two.
That's hilarious you say MLB because, these days everybody loves betting on football, most notably. That's the sport that gets the most handle. And then I think it goes basketball and then NHL third and then potentially MLB fourth. And so I myself being a baseball player, appreciate that you like sports betting on baseball. In terms of bet types, I know no runs first inning, the most electric bet in all of sports. Is that something that you sprinkle on from time to time?
All the time, man. That's like the sweat that you love, especially like I've done a NRFI live in the stadium, and that's just something that you can't beat. Like that sweat is something that you want, that adrenaline. That's something I live for.
And the other great thing about that bet is they're happening all throughout the day. So you can place one in the afternoon game, and then you got your 2 o'clock start, and then your 3 o'clock start, 5 o'clock start, 7 o'clock start. So you got options all throughout the day. It's the sweatiest 30 minutes you could possibly imagine.
The sweatiest 6 hours. It's crazy.
It sounds like shots on goal have been great to you in the NHL lately. I know I've seen a ton of winning tickets from you betting shots on goal. How do you even start to determine how many shots on goal a player is going to have in a night?
So that goes back to matchups. You get to see his past few games against the team, and you also can see the defense that he's going against, how many shots on goal they allow. And you typically want to go with the big name guys because they respect the coin. That's what we like to use. So then you get some guys with a lot of good push value, but then sometimes those guys get 0 shots on goal. So it's kind of crazy. I said the one thing about NHL is the stat corrections. That's what's killing me. You'll think you cash, and then 5 minutes later they'll take a shot away. So.
Oh, no way. I didn't realize that. That's brutal.
Yes, and then I had one that was clearly on goal. The goalie saved it, and they couldn't do anything about it.
I've had a couple bad beats in NBA games on whether it was an assist or not an assist, who grabs the rebound, block shots if it barely nicks somebody's finger. I didn't realize that's common in NHL as well. Super interesting.
A lot of missed shots. You'll get a notification, missed shot on goal. It's a lot of stuff that goes in NHL. A lot of stuff.
Yeah. I think that's what is part of what makes it so fun is there's so much action. And when you're watching on TV, it's hard to really tell. I hope you make your way out to some games live because it's a whole another experience watching NHL live.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to an NHL game live besides the Ice Flyers here, the Pensacola Ice Flyers, but I've been to a lot of MLB games, NFL games. I go to a Braves game every year, so really big in the game out there.
Almighty, something that I want to circle back around to is something that you touched upon earlier about the importance of community. You put out winning plays on a daily basis. You have proven a long track record of profitability. Yet your monthly price point is only $10 a month, and so you're really a man of the people when it comes to that front. Is that something that you keep in the back of mind when setting up that monthly price point that you really put value on making it accessible to everybody?
Yeah. I hated going premium, even when I did, but it was a year after posting free plays every day and researching, and I got people working for me as well. So I really want to compensate those guys too, but I want to make it affordable for the people as well. I feel like we're good for $5 a month, $10 a month. We're going to profit more than that. So, but I still grandfather my other people in at the same price, that $5 price.
That's why you're one of the good guys. That is why you're one of the good guys. Almighty, pretty much every time you post a winning ticket on Twitter, you see 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 replies with people showing love, saying how big of an impact that you're having, or saying that they want to, hang out in person, whatever it may be. There are a lot of people that really, really do look up to you. What would your advice to younger folks who are looking to start a business, who are looking to become a profitable handicapper, who are looking to help others win, what would your advice to those folks be?
Stick to the research. Stick to what got them there. Don't give up when a lot of your plays start to miss, or you go through like a week of bad plays. It happens. It's gambling. Scared money don't make money is something that I always like to preach. And you're betting on something that you think that's going to happen. So don't give up on your research. Stick to what got you there, and everything's going to be good. Just believe in yourself. That's the main thing.
Love that. Believe in yourself. So true. Believe in the research that you're doing. Put in the hard work, and you'll reap the benefits. That's spot on. Well, Almighty, thank you so much for taking the time today. It was awesome catching up. We'll have to get you on the show again very, very soon. For everybody, go check out Almighty. Only $10 a month, super affordable. You're going to have tons of success if you trust the process and go subscribe to this guy. So, Almighty, thanks for coming on. At AlmightyProps on Twitter, the owner of the Cash Counter Discord server. Thank you for taking the time today.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.